explain what transitive phrasal verbs were and how to use them. And but we didn't finish this part, right? Because we were just right here, and this was a homework that you had. That was like making some sentences out of this phrasal verbs that you had right here, using the three different pronouns that you had here, right? Like baby often wakes up, like no separable, or here the baby often wakes the parents up in the separable way, and here using the object pronoun, like baby often wakes him up, right? Talking about their, his parents. So his or her parents. So this is it. As this was the homework, I am going to ask you guys to give me like the sentences that you created. So let's see. Number one, we have the first one. Pick out, right? The first one is pick out. So who wants to give me the first three sentences? Pick out.
Me.
Right, Miss Miranda, go ahead.
She always pick out the movies. Number one. Number two, she always pick the movie out, and she always pick them out.
All right, great. But there's something is missing is third person. The S must be added to the verb. So she always picks out the movies, right?
Yes, picks.
Picks out the movies, picks the movies out, and picks them out, all right? Picks. Good, very good, miss. Number two, figure out.
Yo, bro.
All right, go ahead.
Yes.
Yes, because nobody else wants to participate, so go ahead.
We have to figure out the problem.
All right, great. We have to figure out the problem. Yeah.
We have to figure out the problem out.
Say it again.
We have to figure the problem out.
Great.
We have to figure it out.
Very good. Now we have to practice the pronunciation of it, like
Okay.
figure it out. Figure it out, right? Now let me do some annotations here. Let me just hang on. Where is it? Test. So figure, right? Figure. When we add it with like this and this, now take a look at how it is pronounced. So let's do some drawings here. So like, hang on. Stand the drawings. Is there like a I'm looking for something, but I just can't find it. Where is it? All right, anyways, let's take any of these. So this one. So take a look. When you say this, right? Take a look. The R sound, so the R right here gets united with the I, so figured it. The T sounds links with the O sound that is actually an app, all right? And the T sounds, when you do this, is more like not T, but R, like figure it out, right? So la T suena más como una R en esta clase de oración, right? So figure it out. That's how you should pronounce it. Say it again, miss. Say it after me. Figure it out. Miss Miranda.
Figure it out.
Yeah, just like that. It sounds beautiful actually. Good, miss. Now number three, hand in. Submit or give.
Mister, ¿y la primera cómo se diría? Normalito.
Well,
pick out.
Yeah, pick out. If you just put them together, like in this example here with them or eat or anything else, so the pronunciation might vary. So like escoger algo, so you say pick it out, or escogerlas in the case of the movies. So pick them out, right? Pick them out. Pick them out. So here, hand in. Hand in.
He hands in?
Yeah.
Pegadito. He hands in a present to me every Saturday. He hands a present into me every Saturday.
He hands in a present. Now take a look. He hands in a present every Saturday. You don't need to say, I mean, he hands in a present every Saturday to me. Right? He hands a present. He hands in a present every Saturday to me, or he hands in a present to me every Saturday. Yeah, you're right. The second one.
He hands up. He hands a present in to me every Saturday.
Great. And the last one.
He hands it into me every Saturday.
He hands it into me.
He hands it into me.
All right.
No lo sé decir tan rápido pegado.
But you need to learn, right?
Voy practicando.
Yes. But that's good. The grammar is good. You need to learn now the pronunciation of phrasal verbs. Great, very good. Now take off. Take off.
Perfume, take off, but others.
Can you say it again?
Perfume. No sé cómo se dice perfume.
Like perfume, right?
Perfume, bueno, perfume takes off, but others.
All right.
Perfume takes but others off.
All right.
Perfume takes them off.
Great.
Perfume takes the sound.
No, takes them off. Now, there is something that you gotta take into account, especially when you use this, you know, the object pronouns. It can be either with phrasal verbs or with any other type of verbs. The thing is that when you use some of this, I mean, this is more like in speaking, right? Only in speech, not when you're writing or not when you are speaking formally, right? So let me show it to you. Sometimes, like, let's say take again, right? Take. We say take me. Here you can have no contraction, right? Because it's normal. If you say take you, there is no contraction. But normally when you're speaking faster, you becomes yeah, right? So take it, take it, take it. So you say take you, but take it, right? Take it. This is how it sounds. Now I'm telling you the sound, not like you should write this. This is not supposed to be written. This is more for speaking, like speaking purposes, right? So if you say then with hair, like take her, that's the normal way we say it, right? So here we say the contraction is like we eliminate this, right? We eliminate the H, the H sound, and we just have here her. So we can say here kind of take her. Take her. So if I say something like take her off, I can say take it off, right? Take her off. Not necessarily take her, right? But again, only when speaking, not in writing. Another one would be like him, right? We say take him. But if I want to make it like when I'm speaking faster again, and I want to shorten the sound, then I eliminate the H and I have him. So take him. Take him. I'm referring to a person, right? So take him. In this case, like invitar a una persona, en este caso a un muchacho a salir, it would be take him out. Yes, miss.
I have yo tengo una oración sobre take off, but la tengo en pasado. ¿Sí estaría bien si la?
Sure.
¿Se la digo?
Yes.
I took off my coat because the room was hot. And I took my coat off because the room was hot. ¿Está bien?
Yeah, it's correct. And what about the last part, like the last version? If you took your clothes off? How would be this version? All right, but try to do this one. If you say, try it. I took my clothes, hang on. I took my my clothes, right? I took my clothes off. Now, if you do this in the third form, what do you have to do? You have to replace clothes by an object pronoun. So it would be something like I took. Oh, again.
Took it.
I took. Now, took it. Is this singular or plural?
Took them.
So in this case, it would be them, right?
Took them.
And then the preposition. So this is how you say, oh, I took them off, right?
Okay.
It can be in the present, it can be in the past, it can be in the future, it can be in any tense, right? Good, that was good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, and finally, like to continue telling you with them, right? When you say them, like took them here, if you want to shorten the sound, like to make it short, hacerlo más corto, you don't say exactly took them, like two different words. You just eliminate this, right? And then you say took them, right? And it refers to several things, like maybe I took them off. Like in the example that Miss told us, maybe you're talking about the clothes, right? So you took them off. Took them. What? The clothes, right? Took them. Now, you can use them, but again, I repeat, this is just a trick for pronunciation and to feel or to sound more fluent whenever you're speaking. Because this is not formal English, this is more like informal English, right? So let's continue, guys. And well, that was takeoff. Now, I want an example with makeup. All right, person.
Make up new.
Yeah.
We make up new machines. ¿Cómo se llama? Machines.
What is that?
Máquinas.
Machines. All right.
We make up new machines.
All right.
We make new machines up.
Okay.
And we make them up.
We make them out. We make them up. All right. We make them up. Good. Good. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I will show it to you later, right? Because I want to concentrate today very much on phrase verbs. But when we say make up, meaning create, yeah, it means like the action of creating, but not exactly creating an object or creating something. You can use it that way. Yes, you can, right? But the real intention of makeup, meaning creating, is like a story, right? Something that is not true. I will give you an example later on so we can continue with this, right? I'm going to show you more examples. So here, let down, number 6.
Esa no la hice porque no, o sea, no se me confundí, pero como disappoint.
Yeah.
Como un sentimiento, no, o sea, no sé.
But this is a verb, decepcionar. This is a verb, decepcionar. And this is let down, decepcionar también. So, another person who has done this one, let down. Nobody? All right, I'm going to give you my sentence on let down. I'm going to write it down, actually. Write it down. Let me see here. Test here. And let's write it right here. My students, let's say most of my students, the majority of my students, right? So most of my students let me down. Why most of my students let me down? Because they didn't do the homework, right? Because they didn't do any of this, right? Now, this is unacceptable. This, you cannot say let down me. Now here, this, you cannot say that, right? All right, this is it. This is an example. Most of my students let me down. I'm sorry, but this is the thing, right? Hey, you should do your homeworks, by the way. Now let's continue. All right, this was, guys, like speaking about transitive verbs, right? Like the use and you know. So now let's go over the intransitive phrasal verbs. Now, last time I taught, I taught you like how to use the transitive verbs. Now, intransitive verbs, right? Now, can you just remember? Try to tell me. Do you remember, guys, what transitive verbs are like this? Let me show you here. Like this. Can you tell me what transitive verbs are? Transitive verbs. Take a look. Here you have the machete, a big machete here. So what are transitive verbs? How can I like know that a verb is transitive? How can I know that a verb is transitive? Take a look. It says here, a verb is transitive because it has object, right? It has an object. This is it. When a verb has an object, like in this example, take a look. Subject, verb, an object. What is the object itself? Is the receiver of the action. This is the action made by a subject, right? So that is an object. Who is receiving, or what is receiving in this case, right? So who is receiving the action of calling up? His boss, right? So his boss is the object. And who is doing the action of calling up? He. So he called up his boss, right? So when we have transitive verbs, so verbs that have an object, we can call them transitive, right? Now, what is an intransitive verb now? An intransitive verb is just a verb that does not have an object, right? For example, I gave you an example last time, the verb fall, caerse. El verbo caerse no tiene ningún objeto, right? No recibe nada la acción de caerse. So take a look. Here you say, he grew up in Egypt. Does it have objects? ¿Tiene objeto esta oración? ¿O tiene un, let's say, is there any receiver in this action? Here, it says no, right? No, why not? En Egipto, aunque esto es un complemento, esto no es un objeto. Egipto no recibe la acción de crecer, right? So he grew up in Egypt. He grew up in Egypt. So grew up is intransitive, right? Intransitive. Take a look here. She will hang up before she gets into her car. Now, before, ¿es eso un objeto, algo o una persona? Un objeto puede ser una persona o una cosa, right? Es before un objeto o una persona que podría o no recibir la opción, en este caso, de colgar. Yes or no, guys?
No.
No.
All right. So again, these kind of verbs, they don't have objects. And as they don't have objects, I can say that they are intransitive verbs. Now, there are transitive and intransitive phrasal verbs. I already explained to you what transitive phrasal verbs were, and now we are going on intransitive phrasal verbs. So the same thing. Intransitive phrasal verbs, they don't have objects, right? Just like here. So he grew up in Egypt, which means grew up means crecer, right? She will hang up. So hang up means to colgar, right? To put the receiver down. So she will hang up before she gets into her car. Again, they have no objects, so they are intransitive phrasal verbs. Now, we have another example. First, I worked out for an hour. Is for an hour an object or not?
No.
No object, right?
No.
Nothing, nothing, an object or a person is receiving the action of working out, right? So what is the meaning of working out? Can you tell me? What does it mean?
Trabajar en ello.
Take a look.
Hacer ejercicio.
Yes, hacer ejercicio, workout. Now, a workout has some other meanings like resolver un problema, but in this set, normally we use it for talking about exercising, all right? Working out, take a look. First, I worked out for an hour. Hice ejercicio por una hora. So here we have no object. Take a look. Then I dressed up and dropped in at the party. Here, dressed up. Is this transitive or intransitive? I mean, it does have an object or not? Do they have objects? No, right? It's at the party. An object, I mean, no, it's not even a thing. It's not a person who is receiving the action of dropping in and dressing up. Now, what is the meaning of dress up? I already taught you this one. What is dressing up? Great. And how about drop in? Take a look. Me vestí para la fiesta, right? Como para la fiesta elegantemente. And dropping at the party. Drop in. Llegué, right? So dropping is more like llegar. Someplace, right? Take a look. Next example. No one found out that I didn't have an invitation. Found out. After descubrir, right? Oh, yeah, that's what it means. Now here, transitive or intransitive? This is intransitive. Now, does it have an object or not?
Not object.
No.
No, right? You are not finding anyone, or you are not finding out an object. No, so this one doesn't have an object. So these are intransitive verbs. No, no object here, no object here, no object here, and no object here in either of them. So take a look. Know the differences. Know the differences in meaning between make up, transitive, and make up, intransitive. And this is what I was telling you before. You have to be careful here because make means one thing, make means hacer, right? Make up in a transitive way has one meaning, and make in the intransitive way has another meaning, right? So take a look. I make up dinner every night. What does it mean here, make up? What means Miranda said before? Means?
Yeah.
Create. What is the meaning of make up here?
Crear, inventar.
All right.
Hacer.
But take a look. This is not correct, right? Here is not correct. Why is not correct? Because make up, as I told you before, the meaning is, when you say create, the meaning is different. No es exactamente crear algo con tus manos. No exactamente significa, no es ese tipo de crear lo que significa make up, right? It has another meaning. So, cuando tenemos la intención de crear normalmente con las manos, normalmente hacemos make, right? Normal, make, just like this. Now, this is it. When we say make up, like in this story, right? Take a look. We have here transitive because we have an object. What am I making? The dinner, the object, and what is he making up? A story. So this is transitive because it has an object, right? Now, he made up a story about you and Joe. Take a look. ¿Qué significa entonces como tal make up? Yeah, es crear, pero más con el sentido de inventar una historia que no es real, como una mentira, right? Eso es lo que significa make up. So, for example, digamos hace un momento que yo escribí, my students let me down, right? Because they didn't do the homework. Mis estudiantes me decepcionaron porque me hicieron la tarea. But luego, digamos que Miss Cynthia, she says, teacher, I did do the homework. The thing is that I am having some internet or connection problem, so I couldn't give you I couldn't say anything when you were asking for the homework. Now take a look. Cynthia dice eso, pero lo dice bastante rápido, right? En ese caso, yo puedo, aunque es mentira, porque ya lo creo en ese momento, porque ella no hizo la tarea, Cynthia no hizo la tarea, right? So, yo puedo decir that she made up a story about her homework, right? So made up meaning inventing. And again, this is transitive here. Now, when make up is intransitive, it means this, to reconcile, right? To reconcile in an intransitive way. So, aquí make up no significa inventar, sino significa reconciliarse. So when you have broken up with someone or when you have fallen out with a person, right? Or you've had, you've had a fight with a person, and then you want to say sorry to the person, and then you are good one more time. That action of, becoming friends one more time means making up, right? So here, they made up, they were friends again. So este es reconciliarse, este es inventar, con el sentido de crear una historia que no es real. And here, crear como tal, right? So.
Y no hay make up. Por el otro no era make up.
Yeah, make up. Igualito, igualito. Así, make up. Right? So, lo que te dije, Miss, o lo que les intentaba decir, por ejemplo, tu ejemplo estuvo bien, pero lo hiciste más con el sentido de crear, de que con tus manos hacer algo. En ese caso, nada más usamos make, right? Pero sí, aunque en la diapositiva decía crear, yo no les he explicado a ustedes previamente qué era el significado real de crear. Normalmente, cuando decimos make up con el significado de crear, es más cercano a inventar una historia que no sea cierta, right? Como de pronto mentir acerca de algo. Al ejemplo nuevamente, digamos que a ustedes les pasó algo, pero no querían que de pronto las personas se enteraran, así que decidieron inventar una historia diferente para que, listo, quedar bien y that's it, right? So, ese tipo de situaciones se dicen con make up, right? So, crear la historia o inventar la historia. Pero no para crear algo con tus propias manos, right? Como de pronto en este caso comida, o como el ejemplo que tú dijiste, Miss, una máquina, sorry.
Okay, gracias.
Okay, so we're going to continue on this, but let's go on some exercises then. Transitive and intransitive, let's say. What happened before, during a party? Make sentences using the transitive and intransitive phrasal verbs. So take a look here. We have, oh, I dressed up nicely. Transitive or intransitive? Well, this is intransitive, of course, right? Then we have 7 different phrasal verbs. I want you to use them straight away, right? Try to give me a sentence like this. Now, dress up means vestirse elegantemente, as you said before, and we have some of them here with their meaning. So, ask over means invite. Ask over means invite, sí, significa invitar, pero invitar ¿dónde específicamente? Invitar a tu casa, right? Normalmente cuando tenemos la preposición over, normalmente, no todo el tiempo, significa en este caso invitar a alguien a tu casa, right? So, ask over, set up, pues preparar o decorar o arreglar para algo. Show up, en el caso de appear, o llegar, también aparecer o llegar. Put on, pues ponerse en el caso de ropa. Straighten up, make neat, esto es limpiar, right? Dejar bien limpio. Let in, it means allow to enter, dejar entrar. And run out, meaning not have enough, o acabarse, right? So take a look. This is the first example, I dress up nicely. So I want you to give me one sentence with each of these phrasal verbs, right? Number 1, ask over.
I asked him over to do the homework. I don't know. It's correct.
Yeah, very good. I asked him over to do the homework. That was good. Ask him over. So this is separable, right? Separable.
Yes.
Great. So ask over is a separable phrase verb. Great. Now, how about 2? Put on. Put on.
I wash my clothes and I put on in my clothes.
I put on my clothes and I put my clothes on. All right, put my clothes on. Good. So separable, right? Now, are verb 1 and 2 transitive or intransitive?
Transitive.
Yes, great. Number 3, set up, prepare.
My mom said, oh, habla tú.
All right, set, my mom
Dale,
sets
dale,
up,
dale.
but set what's up?
My mom set the lunch up.
All right, she set the lunch up, good. All right, good. Or she sets up the table, like la prepara, all right. Now, preparar no significa como, en el caso de comida, no exactamente, pero por ejemplo, cuando ustedes están haciendo, digamos, van a tener una fiesta en su casa y necesitan preparación. Necesitan colocar la decoración, necesitan colocar la música, todo eso tienen que preparar, right? Esto se dice será, esa clase de preparación. Now, por ejemplo, si van a comer, tienen que preparar la mesa, tienen que hacer la mesa, right? So in this case is set up the table, right? Or set the table up. So yes, but your example is good, Miss. Your example is good. So, Miss, is that transitive or intransitive?
Intransitive.
Why intransitive? Now remember,
No.
transitive
Transitive.
have objects and intransitive don't have objects, right? So good. Straighten
It's
up.
transitive.
Okay, good, transitive. Straighten up. Straighten up, guys.
Intransitive?
Intransitive. Give me an example.
Teacher, what is the meaning?
What is the meaning of what?
Made need.
To clean.
Up.
Clean. Clean.
Limpiar.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, in this case, right? Because it has 3 different meanings.
I have to strain the house up.
Right.
Wednesday.
On Wednesday, all right. I'm going to straighten the house up on Wednesday. I'm going to straighten the house up. Good. So transitive or intransitive? Transitive or intransitive?
Transitive.
Great, transitive. Now straighten up also has 2 different meanings. Yeah, it means limpiar or ordenar sometimes, right? It also means ponerse derecho. Like, let's say that you are sitting just like, and you say, hey, straighten up. It means like, colócate de forma correcta, ponte derecho, right? Or also, it means like to improve your behavior. So imagine that you are not acting very good. Maybe you are behaving bad, and someone else say, hey, you should straighten up if you want to like get along with the teacher, for example, right? So portarse bien o mejorar tu cómo es cambiar tu actitud. That is also the meaning of straighten up. Now 6, let in, allow to enter.
Teacher, me, can I let in there?
Again?
Can I let in there?
Who are you letting in? Sorry, I didn't understand what you said. Can I let in what?
He said there, allí. It's a question.
Yes, but can you repeat it again, because I just didn't understand what you said, like at the end. Can you let in what?
No, can I let in there?
Now take a look. Let in is dejar entrar. So, puede dejarte entrar, that's like weird, right?
En español sería como, ¿puedo entrar ahí? Allí.
No. Can I get in there?
Can you let me in?
That's different, all right? That's
Can you
different,
let
Miss Cynthia. That's the correct version. Can you let me in? All right, can you let me in? In this case, dejar entrar no lo haces tú mismo, sino otra persona lo hace por ti, right? So en este caso es dejar entrar a alguien. Si tú vas a entrar o vas pidiendo permiso tú para hacerlo tú mismo, en ese caso you say, can I get in? Like different, right? Can I enter there? All right, good. And 7, run out. Right, quickly because we're running out of time. Run out. All right, I'm going to give this one. We have 1 minute for the section to log off. So we are running out of time.
My dinner room was my
Okay, so phrasal verbs, the introduction. Now, a phrasal verb, as I said before, and as you already know, is a combination between two things, right? Because phrasal verbs are it's a two-word verb. Those are phrasal verbs, a two-word verb. So, it's normally the combination between a verb and a particle. So, this is it. You're going to let me do it or not? So, for example, put off. So we have the verb put and the particle of, right? So for example, I put off my trip or I postponed my trip. As I told you before, phrasal verbs, they normally have a one-word verb, right? Like they are the synonyms itself, like you can say they are. So, but the one-word verb is more formal. And the phrasal verb is informal. I have already told you that phrasal verbs were informal. So take a look. Yo pospuse mi viaje y yo pospuse mi viaje. The same thing, right? So los phrasal verbs, como este put off, tienen un verbo. Normalmente tienen un verbo de una sola palabra, no de dos partículas como phrasal verb, right? Normalmente. So, esta clase de verbos son la forma formal, and phrasal verbs are the informal one. So let's continue. Now, the verb, take a look, the verb and the particle have a special meaning. Yes, they are. So when you use the same verb with a different particle, the meaning changes. So yeah, this is it. You are going to find phrasal verbs like this, like put off. All right, take a look here. Put off. The same phrasal verb, the same verb, but with another particle, put on, but the meaning changes, of course. Put back, put away. So put off means to postpone. Put on means to cover your body with clothes, like poner ropa. Put back means to put something to to return something to its original place. So colocarlo en su puesto, right? Colocarlo donde estaba. And put away means to put something in its original place, like guardar, right? Let's say that yo normalmente decía esto cuando estábamos en el curso, a veces cuando estaban sus celulares, que decía, chicos, please put your cell phones away. Put your cell phones away, which means guarden sus celulares. ¿Dónde van normalmente los celulares? En el bolsillo, all right? So put away. No, in your pockets, not in your hand. All right, so let's continue. Some phrasal verbs have more than one meaning, and this is also like the most difficult part in phrasal verbs, right? Like keep on means to continue, but keep on also means not to remove something, right? To keep something on, right? So for example, if you say, teacher, can you continue with the explanation? ¿Puede continuar con la explicación? Then you say, teacher, can you keep on with the explanation, right? Good. Pero si dicen, por ejemplo, keep on, not meaning continue, but meaning not removing something, like, no te quites los earphones, right? No te los quites. Déjalos allí, right? In this case, keep them on, keep your earphones on, right? Manténlos en el lugar donde ellos están, no te los quites. So that's what keep on is. Now, take off, remove, take off, leave. So take off no solamente significa remover o quitar algo, o de pronto ropa. It also means to leave, right? Dejar o irse de un lugar. So let's say if you are here in your house and you are going somewhere else, and then I ask your father or mother where you are, they are going to answer something like, oh, well, he or she just took off. Ella se acaba de ir, o él se acaba de ir, right? Take off también tiene otro significado, de hecho tiene varios. For example, when you are in the airport and the airplane starts to fly, the moment in which the airplane is not touching the ground anymore with their wheels, that moment is taken off too, like despegar, right? It means,
Elevarse.
yeah, despegar, take off, right? Talking about that situation. So they have different meanings depending on the situations. So phrasal verbs are very informal. So as I was saying, sometimes you're going to find some exceptions, like formal phrasal verbs. Yeah, there are, but they are so few. So most of phrasal verbs are always informal. So this is like an outline. This diagram right here, you're going to find like the division of phrasal verbs. Then we have two types. We already spoke about them, transitive and intransitive. Now, I think it was Miss Miranda. Miss Miranda said something about transitive are like the ones that are always going to have like, are always going to change, like they have like some differences here. And yes, this is it. So transitive, normally, we can say that transitive verbs can be separable most of the times, right? There are exceptions, but transitive verbs can be separable and inseparable at the same time, right? Transitive verbs. And what about intransitive verbs? They are always going to be inseparable. You cannot separate them. Now, here you have like the last version or the last form of it all. It is three word verbs. So far I haven't showed you any, but I will show you now. So let's go over the transitive one more time. So transitive verbs, what are those? You already know. Are verbs that have an object. For example, are you writing down these notes? Now take a look. Writing down is the verb and these notes are the objects, right? Now, here I can say that write down is, I am using it in a non-separable form. I mean, is together, right? Write down is inseparable here. But as it is a transitive verb, I can separate it, como los ejemplos que estábamos haciendo en la diapositiva pasada, right? So, ¿cómo sería esta manera de forma separada? Digo, este ejemplo de forma separada. How would you say this example in a separated form?
Are you writing these notes down?
Are you writing this note down?
Great. So, are you writing these notes down? Good. Here I have another example. I haven't called Mr. Wilson back. ¿Cómo puede ser la manera no separada de este ejemplo?
I haven't called back Mr. Wilson.
Yes, right. ¿Y cómo yo sé que puedo yo separarlos o no separarlos o simplemente jugar con ellos? Porque estos son verbos transitivos, o en otras palabras, estos verbos tienen un objeto, right? Tienen un objeto. Ya sabemos que un objeto puede ser una cosa o puede ser la persona que recibe la acción, right? We already know what that is, all right? Good. So, what are intransitive verbs? In a few words, we can summarize this by the verbs that don't have objects, right? So, for example, Tony's car broke down. ¿Tiene un objeto esto acá?
No.
Nope, it has no object. So, si no tiene objeto, ¿puedo yo separar este phrasal verb?
No.
No. So, these are unseparable or inseparable phrasal verbs, right? So, Tony's car broke down, inseparable. You cannot separate it, right? Now, here, Jane grew up in a small town. Can I say Jane grew up in a small town up?
Yes.
No. ¿Por qué no? Porque in a small town no es un objeto, no es una persona, no es una cosa, la cual está recibiendo la acción hecha por el sujeto. En este caso, crecer, no hay nadie que reciba esa acción. ¿Quién hace esa acción? Esa acción. Tú. Right? In this case, Jane. Jane grew up in a small town, so you cannot separate it. Por eso, porque es intransitivo, no se puede separar. So, es un verbo inseparable. Miss, dime.
Y si yo digo por lo menos que yo me mudé a un lugar, o sea, el lugar sí sería un objeto. Por ejemplo, si yo me mudé a Barranquilla, Barranquilla sí sería un objeto.
No, eso es un lugar. Right?
O sea,
Objeto.
ningún lugar es objeto.
No, it's not an object. Repito, los objetos o como tal, la palabra objeto, que como tal es, o se puede, digamos que traducir de esta manera o reemplazar por esta forma, es la persona o la cosa o el objeto que recibe la acción hecha por un sujeto, right? Entonces, ¿cómo podría recibir un lugar la acción hecha por una persona? I mean, no, it's not possible, right? No es posible. ¿Qué recibe de pronto si hay una guerra? Estamos hablando de un lugar, ¿cierto? De pronto algo gigante, una guerra. De pronto nosotros generalizamos y decimos un lugar. Sin embargo, no todo el lugar fue afectado. Estamos hablando de pronto de las cosas que estuvieron en el lugar, porque el lugar todavía existe, right? Entonces, los lugares no se consideran objetos, bueno, hablando de esta forma, right? Objects. Objects are people or objects itself, right? That receive an action. So, los verbos transitivos pueden ser separables e inseparables al mismo tiempo. Depende, ustedes pueden usarlos como ustedes deseen. Y los intransitivos son simplemente inseparables, right? So you cannot separate this particle right here. Great. So, I mean, was that clear?
Teacher, o sea que la única manera de identificar cuando un verbo es intransitivo es de que, o sea, al final de la oración no haya quien la reciba.
Exacto. Si no tiene quien reciba el verbo, no tiene algo o alguien que reciba, normalmente va a ser un verbo intransitivo, right? So, now let me see here. Yeah, you're right. Esa es la manera más fácil de reconocer cuáles son los verbos transitivos e intransitivos. So, separable phrasal verbs. Let's speak about separables, inseparable, when to use separable, when it's not separable. Well, it's definitely this. So, most phrasal verbs are separable. Take a look. Most phrasal verbs are separable. La mayoría de los phrasal verbs son separables. Hablando de ellos de manera general, right? So, the verb and the particle can be separated. You already know how. When the object is a noun, you can put the noun after the particle. Like, for example, put on. Este es un verbo transitivo, ¿cierto? Porque tiene un objeto. So, Jimmy put on his coat. Puedo usarlo de manera no separable. But if I want to separate it, ¿puedo separarlo?
Yes.
Sí, porque el verbo es transitivo. So, I can say, Jimmy put his coat on, right? Jimmy put his coat on. Good. Now, ya les había dicho, cuando queremos nosotros reemplazar el objeto por un pronombre objeto, ya saben cuáles son los pronombres objetos, right? Me, you, him, her, it, us, them, right? Esos son los pronombres objetos. ¿Qué sucede con esta clase de pronombres, de verbos transitivos? El objeto siempre va a ir entre el verbo y la partícula. So this way, Jimmy put it on. Can I say, Jimmy put on it? No, you cannot say that. This is incorrect. Ojo, estoy hablando de la regla general, porque sí hay excepciones. ¿Recuerdan el verbo hit on que hicimos nosotros, que vimos en el libro? I'll show it to you. Están viendo el libro, ¿cierto?
Sí, dice que hit on me.
All right. Entonces, según la lógica y la regla que yo les estoy diciendo, pues ese verbo estaría incorrecto, ¿cierto? Aquí está. Hit on me. I met my ex-boyfriend when he hit on me. Pero acabo de decir que esta clase de objetos siempre va en la mitad, pero no siempre sucede. La mayoría de las veces sí. Pero, ¿por qué pasa esto? Este verbo de aquí es 100% inseparables. Ya sabemos, tenemos verbos separables, digo, phrasal verbs separables, phrasal verbs inseparables. Y al mismo tiempo tenemos phrasal verbs que son separables, que se pueden usar de manera separable e inseparable al mismo tiempo, que son normalmente los verbos intransitivos, ¿cierto? Hay algunos que nada más son separables, hay algunos que nada más son inseparables, como en el caso de hit on. Cuando son meramente inseparables, no se puede usar el objeto entre el verbo y la partícula, como en el caso de hit on, right? Now,
Profe, ¿y usted no tiene, profe?
Yes, mister.
¿Y usted no tiene una lista así de todos los verbos que sean inseparables?
Mister, esto es muy difícil saberlo. Lo necesitas ver según, bueno, la manera más fácil es de pronto de identificar es si es transitivo o no es transitivo, right? Que es lo que estamos haciendo ahora. Ya yo a ustedes les había dado una fotocopia. La fotocopia es bastante clara. A ustedes en la fotocopia les aparecen unos símbolos. Si no estoy mal, si la tienen a la mano, pues pueden darse cuenta. Allí les dice cuando un verbo es separable y cuando un verbo es completamente inseparable, o cuando un verbo se puede usar de ambas formas. Normalmente, si es separable, va a aparecer entre el verbo y la partícula, va a aparecer un asterisco. No lo dice con palabras, lo dice con un pequeño símbolo, right? Entonces, si yo digo, por ejemplo, y luego viene el ejemplo. El ejemplo lo pueden colocar según lo que tienen ustedes en la primera parte de la lista. Está en todos los phrasal verbs, los 600 phrasal verbs que están allí, están todos divididos de la misma manera. Entonces ahí se van a dar cuenta de cuándo es transitivo, cuándo no es, cuándo es separable, cuándo no es separable. Incluso se van a dar cuenta cuándo es transitivo y cuándo no. ¿Cuándo es transitivo? Según lo que me acuerdo, no recuerdo las fotocopias porque no las tengo a la mano ahora, ustedes se van a dar cuenta que el verbo al ladito va a tener un símbolo más. ¿Qué significa ese más? Que se le puede colocar un objeto, es decir, que puede haber una persona o una cosa que reciba la acción. Si no tiene ese simbolito de más, significa que el verbo es intransitivo. O sea, cuando tiene más significa que el verbo es transitivo y cuando no tiene más significa que el verbo es intransitivo, que no se le puede colocar nada al lado, right? Por lo tanto, es inseparable. So, voy a tratar a ver si de pronto la próxima vez le tomo una fotito, la próxima clase, lo coloco aquí y se los explico bien para que ustedes sepan cómo usar las fotocopias. Pero ahí está bien explicadito.
Ay, sí, por favor, que yo las veo y no, casi no las entiendo.
Don't worry. Ya, no. Yo recuerdo que nosotros íbamos a trabajar en eso. Yo no se las expliqué de inmediato porque no era el momento, right? Pero íbamos a trabajar en eso. Recuerdo que yo les había dicho que una vez sacaron las fotocopias íbamos semanalmente a hacer quizzes, pero debido a que pasó esto, right, con el lockdown, la cuarentena y todo esto, pues no pudimos trabajar en los phrasal verbs como tal, como teníamos planeado hacerlo. Si no, pues ya supieran cómo hacerlo. Pero no se preocupen, la próxima semana yo recuerdo y trato de, no sé, buscar la manera de, no sé, escanear 1 o 2 páginas y mostrarle cómo funciona. All right? Well, let's continue. Ya les había dicho entonces que aquí esto no se puede. Pero hay ciertas excepciones y es cuando el phrasal verb es meramente inseparable, que siempre va a ser inseparable, right? So, these are transitive verbs. This is the rule of transitive verbs. Now, when to separate phrasal verbs? ¿Cuándo separarlos? Now, you can separate the verbs in the particle when the object consists of a few words. For example, Mr. Wilson called his appointment off. ¿Cuántas palabras hay entre las partículas? Hay 2 palabras. ¿Cuándo no se debería separar un phrasal verb? Cuando hay muchas palabras entre el verbo y la partícula. Por ejemplo, más de 4 palabras. So, Mr. Mr. Wilson called off his 3:30 appointment. Now, hasta aquí, ¿cuántas palabras hay? Pues 1, 2, 3. Aquí yo podría decir, Mr. Wilson called his 3:30 appointment off. Lo puedes decir porque nada más hay 3 palabras. Pero, eso no es toda la oración. La oración llega hasta aquí. Mr. Wilson called off his 3:30 appointment with with Dr. Smith. ¿Cuántas palabras hay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 6. So, en este caso ya hay demasiadas palabras. Y separarlo, aunque sea transitivo el verbo, separarlo va a ser difícil a la hora de escuchar, se va a escuchar extraño, right? So, for example, Mr. Wilson called his 3:30 appointment with Dr. Smith off. I mean, that's so much, right? No. Entonces, la regla normalmente es cuando tenemos máximo 4 palabras, lo podemos hacer, right? Normalmente 3 palabras. Cuando tenemos 3 palabras, por ejemplo, aquí, podemos separar el phrasal verb. Podemos llevar el off acá atrás. Call his 3:30 appointment off, right? Pero cuando tenemos más de 4 palabras, ya lo normal sería dejar el phrasal verb unido, independientemente que sea separable o no, right? ¿Por qué? Porque suena mucho mejor. So, de esta manera sería incorrecta. It sounds so weird. So, Mr. Wilson called his 3:30 appointment with Dr. Smith off. I mean, that's so much, right? Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay, let's
Yes.
get going. Let's continue. So, inseparable phrasal verbs. The verb and the particle can be separated. With these verbs, you cannot put the object between the verb and the particle, even when the object is a pronoun. Esto es lo que les estaba diciendo. Y es normalmente cuando un phrasal verb es meramente inseparable. So, let's see. For example, yesterday I ran into Alan. Run into significa encontrarse con alguien por accidente, right? So, con alguien o con algo. So, I ran into Alan. I ran into Alan. Puedo decir, I ran Alan into, no, you cannot say that. Y ahora viene el ejemplo acá. Cuando usamos esto, les acabo de decir en los separables, que normalmente him siempre va entre el verbo y la partícula, pero como este es un verbo inseparable, como hit on, el ejemplo de ese momento, pues no se puede. Him va después de la partícula. So, I run into him. Me encontré con él, right? You cannot say that even. I ran Alan into, or I ran him into. No, those are incorrect. ¿Por qué son incorrectos? Porque estos son phrasal verbs. Well, este es un phrasal verb inseparable, right? Es decir, no importa que todo el tiempo va a ir unido. Todo el tiempo va a ir unido. No importa que siempre va a ir unido, all right? So, el que tiene más, de pronto, más flexibilidad, por decirlo así, serían los separables, ya que lo pueden usar de manera unida o de manera separable. Y hay ciertas reglitas con esto, como ya se las había explicado. All right, let's continue. Now, phrasal verbs that must be separated. Así como les dije que hay phrasal verbs, normalmente los transitivos son los phrasal verbs transitivos son los que se pueden usar de manera...
Profe, qué pena.
Dime eso.
Eso está diciendo ahorita que el run into no es inseparable, es completamente inseparable, ¿no? Yo lo busqué aquí en la copia y tiene el signito más.
¿Tiene qué?
El signo más.
Exacto, eso quiere decir que es un verbo transitivo, ¿cierto? Que tiene un objeto. Por ejemplo, Alan y him, una persona, un objeto. Pero si tuviera el signo de interrogativo, el asterisco, si lo tuviera en la mitad, justo aquí, significa que fuera separable. Pero como no lo tiene, eso significa que es inseparable, que va todo el tiempo unido, right? Entonces, eso es lo que pasa acá. Ahora, les había dicho hace un momento que los verbos transitivos normalmente se pueden separar, son los verbos separables, ¿cierto? Pero al mismo tiempo se puede usar de manera unida o inseparable. So, Esos son los intransitivos, que son separables y no separables al mismo tiempo. Luego tenemos los verbos inseparables, que siempre van unidos, independientemente si sean transitivos o no. Siempre van unidos, como run into. Y luego tenemos el otro tipo de verbos que siempre van separados. Estos verbos son, como lo dice acá, there is a small number of these verbs. I mean, they are not so many verbs now. There are so few phrasal verbs. So with these verbs, you must put the object between the verb and the particle. There's no way you can put them together, right? Like, for example, Tina kept her jacket on. You cannot say, Tina kept on her jacket. Si dices kept on, esto significa no remover, right? ¿Recuerdan el ejemplo del principio del significado? No remover, es decir, dejarse puesto. Pero cuando ustedes lo usan keep on unido, no significa remover, sino significa continuar. Y esto no tendría sentido. Ella continúa su chaqueta. Eso no tiene sentido, right? So again, cuando es separable, netamente separable, meramente separable, tiene un significado. Y normalmente cuando es inseparable, tiene otro, right? Entonces, this is the example of keep. Let me see if I have another example here. All right, let's continue. All right, that was it. ¿Cómo se aprenden? Ya chicos, con los inseparables y los separables completamente, eso sí hay que aprenderse de memoria. Y bueno, tienen una buena ayuda, que es la fotocopia que yo les di al principio del semestre. Una vez ustedes sepan usarlo, pues la próxima semana me voy a encargar de explicarles. Creo que ya Miss Jennifer entendió lo que quise decir con los símbolos. Pero la próxima semana se los explico a todos para que todos tengan idea de cómo usarlo. Entonces tenemos el último tipo de phrasal verbs. They are the 3-word phrasal verbs. Now, these phrasal verbs, you don't need to think of it. I mean, you don't need to worry about them being separable or inseparable. Now, these phrasal verbs, when they have 3 particles, they are always inseparable all the time, right? So, for example, a normal phrasal verb is a verb and a preposition, but these phrasal verbs have 3 particles, not 2. So a verb and a preposition, and it can be also an adverb, right? So for example, here we have Tina dropped out of school, or Joe went back to his country. We have 1, 2, and 3 particles. 1, 2, and 3 particles. One more time, right? So these are 3 particle phrasal verbs, and they are always inseparable. All right, they are always inseparable. Now let's make a review. 2-word phrasal verbs. Now you have these phrasal verbs on the list on the photocopies, right? Like phrasal verbs without, like some of the common phrasal verbs without. We have them here. So ask out. Vamos a hacerlo, vamos a intentar darles un significado. Estos phrasal verbs no solamente tienen un significado, puede que tengan varios, all right? So, number 1, ask out. What do you think it is?
Preguntar.
No. El verbo, recuerden que...
Cuando tú no quieres preguntar, ¿no?
Recuerden que el phrasal verb o los phrasal verbs cambian el significado del verbo base. Es decir, si esto significa preguntar, esto no va a significar preguntar más. Porque la preposición le cambió el significado. Eso es un phrasal verb.
Eso puede ser consultar.
¿Cómo?
Consultar.
No.
Aquí sigue invite on a date.
Yes, that's what it means. Significa invitar a salir a alguien, right? Invitar a salir a alguien, a cualquier lugar, al cine, a un restaurante, normalmente una cita. So ask someone out. What do you think blow out means? Blow out. ¿Qué significa blow?
Soplar.
All right. Pero en este caso significa apagar. Pero ojo, apagar con el sentido, pero usando la acción de soplar. Por ejemplo,
Apagar una vela.
there you go. So you blow a candle out, right? You blow out the candles. It is, right? You las apagas haciendo el fuego. O haciendo, digo, con aire de tu boca. Otro significado de blow out es rechazar a alguien. So, si alguien te está asking out, you can say yes or no. So, if you say yes, right, you go. But if you say no, you blow the person out, right?
O sea, tú lo soplas, lo mandas a volar.
There you got it, right? Este phrasal verb es bastante metafórico, as you can see. Now, otra manera o otra cosa, bueno, pero este es más como una expresión, blow out of proportion. Es como exagerar. But well, then we have the following, break out.
Romper.
Go. Están viendo los phrasal verbs de manera muy... Recuerden que los phrasal verbs normalmente no significan lo mismo. El verbo cambia su significado. Break out.
Acá dice aparecer violentamente.
All right. En ese caso sería como evadir o escaparse de, por ejemplo, cuando digamos que están en su... Digamos que hay un prisionero, está en la cárcel, ¿no? Y se escapa. So, in this case, como hizo toda esta acción de escaparse, de pronto hubo fuerza, hubo todo esto, entonces esa fuga, escaparse o evadir, you say break out. So the prisoner broke out, right? Broke out of prison. Broke out. Eso es un significado.
También dice que use something extravagant for celebration.
Yeah, to exaggerate, también, to break out. Significa lo mismo también. También significa estallar, pero ojo, no romper exactamente, ni estallar como boom, hacer una bomba, no. Esto es más como, a ver, hablando de, por ejemplo, cuando algo empieza de golpe, ya sea una pelea, ya sea una guerra, ya sea una enfermedad, right? Por ejemplo, en este caso, nadie se esperaba que el COVID-19 pues surgiera, apareciera, y de repente the COVID-19 broke out, right? Broke out. So, salió, digo, apareció de golpe, estalló, right? So that is the meaning of like begin, el estallar, pero con el sentido de empezar algo de golpe, así sin avisar. Otro significado de breakout es cuando hablamos de cuando comemos mucha grasa o comemos muchas cosas raras. ¿Qué pasa con nuestra cara? Our faces start to break out, right? So many spots start, you know, like appearing on the face. They develop spots on the skin, como salir acné o tener granos. That's how we can say it, right? O, ¿cómo le llamamos nosotros? Acá, no sería grano, sería...
Espinilla.
Espinilla.
All right, podría ser espinilla, barros, all right? Eso, como salirse, that's what it means. Now, cross out, what is the meaning of crossing out?
Aquí dice que draw a line through something, eliminate.
All right, so cross out is...
Ajá. Tratando de eliminar a alguien, me da una lista, vos.
Exacto, es simplemente, cross out es simplemente, ¿cómo se dice? ¿Cómo sería eso?
Aniquilar.
No. Significa, I forgot the word in Spanish. Strike something out, yeah, like, por ejemplo, si yo no quiero que ustedes usen esto, yo paso una X allí, I cross it out.
Ah, lo tacho.
Tachar, thank you. I have forgotten the word. Yeah, tachar. Now, how about here? Eat out. eat out. Este es fácil, right?
Invitación, no.
No, eat out significa comer, pero
Comer fuera.
Fuera
en
de
un
casa.
restaurante, no en la casa, right? What is the meaning of figure out? Well, figure out has two meanings. Tiene dos significados. El significado es resolver un problema o algo como eso. Y el otro significado es entender, right? So teacher, I'm sorry, but I just can't figure out what you're saying. No entiendo lo que dice. I just can't figure out what you're saying, right? I just can't figure out anything about phrasal verbs. They are so difficult. An example, right? Fill out.
You get complete an application.
Yes. So, cuando tenemos de pronto que rellenar, en este caso sería rellenar información. Cuando de pronto ustedes van a un trabajo y les piden rellenar un formato, entonces ustedes empiezan a escribir, ¿cierto? En ese caso
Pero
sería
porque dice
fill
an
out.
application.
Application significa formato.
Okay.
All right. So, find
Profe,
out.
y acá,
Yes,
acá hay otro significado que nature get breast, algo así.
Which one? Can you give an
De fill
example?
out.
Can you give an example?
El ejemplo que está ahí dice que now that you are filling out honey, we need to get you a bra.
You need
To get you a bra. B-R-A.
all right. Y tiene la misma intención, right? Como rellenar algo. Tiene la misma intención de llenar o rellenar algo, all right? Pero en este caso
Okay.
no tiene que rellenar de pronto un espacio.
Yes.
All right. So handouts. What is the meaning of handing out?
Distribute.
All right. So repartir, distribute, right? So si estamos en la clase, de pronto imagínense que estuviésemos ahora en el salón y yo tengo fotocopias para ustedes. Yo les digo, okay, guys, o le digo, Miss Miranda, please, hand it out, or hand them out. It means, dáselo a todo el mundo, reparte las hojas, right? So help out. What is the meaning of help out? Well, este normalmente significa ayudar. All right, ayudar. De hecho, es mucho más usual usar el phrasal verb help out que simplemente la palabra help. Cuando ustedes si quieren de pronto o quieren enfatizar en ayudar a alguien, ustedes usan help out. So, si ustedes dicen, por ejemplo, no, yo voy a ayudar a Johan con una tarea, para enfatizar de que vas a ayudar a esta persona, when you say, I'm going to help Johan out with homework, right? I'm going to help him out. Tiene como más fuerza, más énfasis a la hora de expresar la idea de ayudar que en English. All right, how about point out? What is the meaning of pointing out?
Indicate.
To indicate where something is. For example, am I pointing out right now, guys? Put here, take a look. Am I pointing out? The action of what I'm doing right now, take a look. Put out. This is point out, right? I am pointing the verb put out, right? Señalar. Good. What is the meaning of put out, guys? Put out.
Distingue, aquí sigue extinguish.
All right, extinguish.
Y ahí hay otro que expand. Usually used with unreasonably large sums of money.
All right, put out, good. Now take a look. Put out, especialmente los verbos con put, tienen bastantes significados. Este no tiene uno, ni dos, ni tres, tiene muchos. En el caso de put out, por ejemplo, significa incomodar, hablando de alguien, ¿verdad? Incomodar a alguien o causar inconvenientes. Por ejemplo, if I say, I need I need a ride to the station, but I don't want to put you out, right? Bueno, realmente necesito un chance a la estación, que me lleven a la estación, pero no te quiero incomodar, right? I don't want to put you out. So put out, incomodar. Other example es el que estaba diciendo Miss, extinguish, hablando de fuego como tal, como apagar el fuego, extinguirlo. So let's say there is fire or something, there's a building that is on fire. So maybe then you call the firefighters, right? To put the fire out, right? To extinguish the fire, to put it out, to apagarlo. Also, con el sentido de apagar, pero no como tal extinguir, sino las luces. No solamente, normalmente decimos turn the lights on or turn on the lights, right? Pero otra manera de decirlo sería put the lights out or put out the lights. So apaga las luces, right? Put out the lights. Pero ese apagar no funciona con todo. Simplemente con las luces, all right? Ahora no vayan a decir, no, put out the TV or put out your cell phone. No. en esa clase de contextos, no. Cuando hablamos de luces como tal. So put it out. What is another one? Also,
Spend.
Spend also, right? Otro significado de put out sería hacer dormir a alguien. Por ejemplo, cuando están poner a dormir a alguien, cuando están en una cirugía, in a surgery. So the doctors put you out before you go on to the surgery, right? Antes de que se te opere, te ponen a dormir, es decir, te colocan anestesia y esas cosas. Esa acción de poner a dormir, you say put you out, right? Like, in an example, would be like, yeah, the one I told you. Yeah, why not? Another one is like extend the part of your body, like a stretching. Like, let's say, this, what am I doing now? Take a look here. I'm putting my arms out. Estoy extendiendo mis extremidades, en este caso mis brazos. I'm putting my arms out, right? So, extender las partes de tu cuerpo. Y por último, this is more like a vulgar, I would say the US vulgar form of using this, put out. Put out is abrir las piernas. Pero más, I mean, with a sexual connotation. I mean, it means like, let me give you an example so that you can get to understand. Take a look. If you expect me to put out on a first date, think about it again, right? So, eso sería como, si esperas que abriera las piernas en la primera cita, estás muy equivocado. So, como si, you know, it has a sexual purpose there. Do you understand what I mean? Like, do you figure out what I mean, guys? Do you understand the put out with a sexual connotation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As you can see, tiene muchos significados y tiene otros tantos, okay? So take out, what is the meaning of taking out?
Yeah, take out.
Yeah?
Take out. Accompany a person on a date for dinner, the novios.
Nosotros solemos decir como, por ejemplo, ¿cuál es esta expresión que nosotros decimos? Si te sigues portando así, no te saco más. So, sacar, right? Como en el caso de sacar a una persona o llevar a una persona a cierto lugar, right? So, eso es take out, right? To take someone out. Someone out, right? Sería como llevar a alguien a un lugar o acompañar a alguien a un lugar, que sea una cita, cualquier cosa. Algo parecido a ask out, pero el sentido de ask out es más como pedirlo. Y este es hacerlo, llevar a la persona a la cita. También, pues, en el caso de una cosa, pues significa sacar, ¿no? To take something out. And throw out, which means lanzar, o también significa throw out, significa echar a alguien a patadas, an example, right? O también significa throw out, vomitar, to vomit, right? Throw out, throw up, all of those are vomitar. Well, here we have more. Your homework ya no es con out, right? Your homework is going to be with down, with this phrasal verbs right here, this phrasal verbs right here, all of these phrasal verbs, all of these phrasal verbs. Take a look, all of them, all of them, all of them. You are going to write a meaning and a sentence, right? That's the homework. Write a meaning and write a sentence. In the 3-word phrasal verbs, come along with, fool around with, get together with, get along with, get through with, hang around with, hand out with, drop out of, get out of, move out of, run out of, all right? Again, you are going to write definitions, what it means, and you're going to write an example using the phrasal verb, right? Now, remember this. How can I learn phrasal verbs? Guys, by heart. There's no other way you can learn phrasal verbs better than this way. Always by heart. All right, guys, is there any question on phrasal verbs? Was it clear completely?
Pues a mí me pareció la diapositiva de ahorita un poco enredada. Yo lo había entendido de que el phrasal verb podía ser transitivo e intransitivo. Y entonces el transitivo podía caer a un object. Y a ver, ¿qué más? Podía solamente ese podía separarse o no separarse. No sé por qué, pero me pareció muy, muy enredado la diapositiva, el cuadro conceptual que usted mostró.
Which one? ¿Cuál, Miss?
Explicando los transitivos, intransitivos y todo eso.
Yo no mostré ningún cuadro con transitivos e intransitivos, but let me show it back. ¿Fue en esta diapositiva? ¿Esto dices tú?
Sí, ese.
No, esto no es nada, right? Solamente les estaba diciendo que los verbos intransitivos no tienen problemas, ya que siempre son inseparables, right?
Okay.
Los verbos transitivos son los que tienen variaciones. Ya les había dicho que transitivo se puede usar de manera separable y también al mismo tiempo se puede usar de manera separable, como se les expliqué en ambas diapositivas. Incluso los verbos transitivos hay phrasal verbs que también son inseparables, como los de 3 palabras, que siempre van a ser inseparables, pero estos phrasal verbs son transitivos, right? Entonces, el punto es que los intransitivos pueden ser separables o inseparables. Hay unas reglas, ya les había dicho. Normalmente los que son transitivos como tal, en general, hablando de manera general, se pueden usar de manera unida y se pueden separar. Pero hay algunos verbos que también son transitivos, estos son como la excepción a la regla, right? Que son meramente inseparables, como los que están aquí, los que les mostré de hit on, right? Que no hacen, o run into, que no llevan esa ¿cómo es? Digamos la regla de los separables y no separables, que les dije con los transitivos normalmente de manera general. Y estos phrasal verbs de 3 palabras, que también son meramente inseparables, aunque sean transitivos. Pero, ¿qué pasa con estos dos? Estos dos son normalmente, no son muchos los phrasal verbs que son de esta forma. De hecho, son bastante, como diría, son mínimos los phrasal verbs que son inseparables transitivos, como el ejemplo de hit on, right? Y run into, no son muchos. Y los de 3 también no son muchos, right? Entonces, de manera general, a lo que me refiero con este pequeño cuadro es que los verbos transitivos se pueden separar, se pueden usar de manera separable e inseparable al mismo tiempo, right? Eso sí, siguiendo las reglas que les dije, cada una de las explicaciones que les di individualmente, right?
Ok.
Eso es todo, Miss. En ambas diapositivas les expliqué lo mismo, solamente que con ejemplos diferentes. Igual yo les voy a enviar estas diapositivas a ustedes para que ustedes les quede, digo, sigan, en caso de que tengan una duda, se dirigen a las diapositivas. Y como les explico nuevamente, les vuelvo y repito, la próxima semana pues voy a intentar hacer el escanear una o dos páginas de la diapositiva, ¿cómo es? De las fotocopias, para explicarles cómo se usan entonces estos verbos en la fotocopia, de cómo están divididos, cuándo no es transitivo, cuándo es intransitivo, cuándo es separable, cuándo no es separable, según la fotocopia. ¿Me vieron? Entonces, ya de aquí en adelante, ya depende de ustedes el cómo aprenden esto, que normalmente, como lo dije al final de la fotocopia, digo, ahora estoy enredado de la diapositiva, es de esta manera, right? The way we learn phrasal verbs, guys, is by heart. Using your beautiful heart. No, mentira. Your memory. Right? Esto siempre se debe memorizar, pero como ya les había dicho antes, chicos, la manera de aprender esto, sí, es memorizar, pero al mismo tiempo colocándolo en contexto. Ya que si ustedes memorizan de pronto una lista, muy seguramente se les va a olvidar rápidamente. Right? Se les va a olvidar rapidito. Pero si ustedes escogen uno o dos verbos, esos dos phrases, pues se los aprenden y luego están todo el tiempo, ya saben, colocándolo en contexto, usándolos en una oración, hablando con alguien o pensando de cierta manera en qué situación se pueden usar. Así se aprende el phrasal verb. Y una vez ya ustedes sepan cuál es el contexto y lo hayan usado en dicho contexto, pues les va a ser mucho más fácil, digamos, reconocerlo una vez lo vean de nuevo, de pronto no en un momento, se lo van a aprender más rápido. Entonces, esa es la manera más fácil de los phrasal verbs. So,
Profe, para confirmar, el homework es buscarle significado a los otros phrasal verbs y hacer una oración con cada uno.
sí. No con los que estaban en el out, ¿eh? Solamente, ya los del out ya lo hicimos. So, de las diapositivas que van después del out, sí, les hago significado y una oración, no una sola oración con ellos, right? No tienen que hacer 3 oraciones como esta vez, sino una sola oración. So, is this clear, guys? Like the explanation on phrasal verbs?
Claro.
Okay. So, let's move on the last thing for today. Now, remember the last time we worked on conditionals, right? Conditional type 0, conditional type 1. So today we're going to continue on conditionals, but this time we're going to complete the rest of conditionals. So last time we spoke about real conditionals, and this time we're going to talk about unreal conditionals, right? So let's get started. This is here. I think you're not seeing this. Are you seeing the slide presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. At the end, we check the vocabulary plus at the end of the book. Now, conditionals, other ways of expressing unreality, right? Not real situations. So, take a look. Tired traveler. He said, if I had the more money, I would stay at better hotels. Take a look. We have here a type of conditional. So far, I haven't said which type, right? I wish I could brush my teeth right now. This is something that is not in the book, but I'm going to teach you also how to use the verb wish, all right? Now, if only I had found a taxi, again, it's not in the book, but I'm going to show you how to use it, if only, right? And here, if the airport hadn't lost my luggage, I wouldn't have been delayed. This is another type of conditionals. And actually, these two are the two types of conditionals that we are going to address today. So let's get started. Here, real conditional. This is like a review of what we did last time. What are real conditionals, guys? Can you tell me? Which are the real conditionals?
Real conditionals are words like should,
No, real
must.
conditionals. Real conditionals.
If you don't the homework tomorrow, will be bad.
All right, that is a type of conditional, right? So real conditionals, which are the real conditionals? They are conditional type 0 and conditional type
and 1.
1. Those are the real conditions. So Maria, the one you said is good. That was 0. I'm sorry, that was 1. But the real conditionals are only 2, 0 and 1, right? So real conditionals are sentences that describe situations that occur regularly or are likely possible in the future. Or in other words, real conditionals are in case of 0, we use it for talking about general truths or unchangeable reality, and conditional type 1 to talk about changeable realities, right? So this is it. Take a look at example. Take a look at the girl. She is on the beach, maybe. All right. And if I don't put sunscreen, if I don't put sunscreen on, I get a bad sunburn. Now take a look. What type of conditional is this one? 1 or 0?
0.
This is conditional type 0. Very good, Miss Miani. Conditional type 0, right? This is something that happens regularly. Can you change this? I mean, no, you can't. It's something that only happens. Even if you get sunscreen, you're gonna get burned. But maybe you're gonna get tan, right? But if you don't, you're gonna get sunburned. Now, great. How about this example? This is how you're gonna get it. You're gonna get sunburned, right? Here, this is a present conditional type 0. Now, how about here? If we don't get to the station on time, the train will leave without us. All right? What type of conditional is this one?
0.
1.
Why 0? 1.
1.
Now listen, conditional type 1, we use future, right? We use future to change the reality. This reality can be changed, right? If we don't get to the station on time, the train will leave without us. But if we get to the station on time, the train won't leave without us, right? So this is a reality that may change depending on the decision you make, right? Now let's continue. This is basically used, this is a real condition, but this condition is not in the present. This condition has a resolution or a result in the future time, right? So the clause result is going to be in the future time. I think this was clear because we did it last time, right? And now we have the unreal conditionals. Now, what are unreal conditionals? They are sentences that describe situations that are untrue, unlikely, or impossible in the present or the past, all right? So take a look at this sentence right here. If I had enough money, I would visit Paris. Who can translate this sentence to me into Spanish, please?
Teacher, pero eso no son hypothetical conditionals.
Exactly, unreal conditionals, hypothetical conditionals, right? Good, that's good, mister. Now,
Unreal
¿cómo
condition
son?
is to say the hypothetical condition.
Ya, ¿qué es algo hipotético? Es
Algo
algo real,
irreal.
algo
Algo no
irreal.
real.
Exacto, so unreal conditionals, hypothetical conditional, right? It's the same. So, who can translate this to me? If I had enough money, I would visit Paris. Who can translate this to me, please, into Spanish?
Que si tuviera bastante dinero, podría visitar París.
Visitaría París, right? Si tuviera dinero, visitaría París. Recuerden que would no significa nada, no significa podría. En caso de podría sería could. So would visit Paris. Good, good. Now, let me ask you something. is this sentence, this conditional sentence, referring to the present or the past?
To the present.
Is referring to the present, right? But take a look. This is what it means, actually. She doesn't have enough money, so she won't go to Paris, right? Now,
Claro, porque si tuviera, ya se hubiese ido hace rato.
there you get it, right? Even though this is a present sentence, a present idea, this is an imaginary situation, a hypothetical situation, an unreal situation. In other words, is this happening? Mr. Anthony, one more time. Is this happening? Like, do you think is this going to happen?
No.
No, right?
No.
Or yes, it would happen. The thing here is that, yeah, this is an imaginary situation in the present, right? This is an imaginary situation in the present. But even though this is an imaginary situation in the present, the resolution will take place in an uncertain future, right? Now, this situation right here, yes, I am not going to say that it's impossible for it to happen, because it could happen. But the possibility of this happening is very small. It's a very small chance, right, of this happening actually. But it could happen anyways, right? Si tuviera dinero, visitaría París. Posiblemente en el futuro, si tenga dinero y si pueda visitar a París, right? ¿Qué posibilidades hay de que esta situación sí suceda? Bastante pequeñas, right? Pero, aunque es una situación
Pero ella tiene
irreal,
cara de pensionada.
aunque es una situación irreal, puede que esta situación suceda en una proporción muy pequeña, right? So this is conditional type 2, to speak about the present. Something else that you gotta take into account, this. What tenses are we using? Even though this is present, or we are having a present idea, this, in the condition, we use past simple plus would. Yeah, we use past simple, but the condition is not, or the meaning, sorry, is not in the past. The meaning is in the present. So in the present time situations, we use the simple past in the if clause, so this part right here, right? And would, could, might, or may, why not? Plus the base form of the verb in the result clause, just like here, right? So si nosotros lo traducimos en español nuevamente, como lo dijo Mr. Pava, si tuviera dinero, viajaría a París. Si se dan cuenta cuando lo decimos en español, aunque sí, lo decimos, la intención es en presente, igual manera lo decimos en presente con un posible resultado en el futuro. Pero este futuro el cual hablamos no es de que va a suceder, sino es bastante incierto.
Es incierto.
Right? Es incierto, es un futuro incierto. So, this is conditional type 2. Present to future.
Pero,
Present to
profe,
uncertain future. Yeah, Jennifer, go ahead.
Pero de ahí en el...
Habla.
Bueno,
Jennifer.
en el real, o sea, se puede usar también could and may.
Yes, you can use here could or may. Yeah, you can use it. It is not only would, you can also use could or might.
Porque en el real también, ¿cierto?
In a real, the first one, you can use will, you can use could, you can use might, you can use may. Tiene más posibilidades, right? Tiene más posibilidades. But in the second one, you can only use would, could, and might, right? Only 3 possibilities. Because they have, would, actually could and might, they express possibility, uncertainty, right? Actually, como incertidumbre, how do you say this? I forgot the word in Spanish, I'm sorry. Certitud, esa palabra no existe, right? Certeza. I don't know. I just got confused. I'm sorry. Right? The thing is that could and might they express possibility in the future, something that you don't know if it's going to happen or not, right? Remember that class that could is like possible, like the 60%, and might is like the 20%. We already spoke about this class. All right. So this is it. Conditional type 2, to speak about imaginary situations in the present that that might take place in the future because they have a small possibility for it to happen, right? Is this clear?
Yes.
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 All right, let's move on then. Then we use this. So we use the present past, the simple past with the words that we're saying, like could, might, and would. But the only thing that you gotta take into account that's different here is the verb be. When you use the verb be in the if clause, it's always going to be where for all persons, right? For example, if I were a better planner, I wouldn't travel without a map. If I were a better planner, I wouldn't travel without a map, right? Take a look. He didn't travel with a map, so he got lost. Now, if I just change this, take a look. ¿Cuál es la conjugación normal de I en pasado? I was, right? But only in the conditionals, I was. But only in the conditionals, we can use I was, like I was, if I was a better planner, pero eso es más informal. De hecho, la manera correcta de decirlo sería intercambiar was and were o solamente en los condicionales, right? En este condicional tipo 2. If I were, because if I were a better planner, I wouldn't travel without a map. Esto siempre pasa así. Ahora, si estamos hablando de tercera persona, por ejemplo, let me see if I have an example here in the third person. Now take a look. Where is my wallet? Take a look at the man. He asks, he wonders, where is my wallet? And then, if he were more careful, he would notice that his wallet was missing. Take a look. ¿Cuál es la conjugación normal de he? Es was. Pero ¿por qué no usamos was? Nuevamente, porque no es la manera gramatical correcta. La manera correcta sería were. Pero profesor, ¿podemos usar was? Sí se puede, pero eso sería muy informal, digamos que nada más en speaking, right?
Y la plataforma lo sabe.
Sí, la plataforma lo sabe, y si usas was, te va a colocar malo. I love the platform because it's just like me. I would do that also.
Profe, ¿en qué casos?
Yeah?
¿En qué casos?
What cases what?
Were and was.
En hipotético y en real también.
Only in conditional type 2. Hypothetical. Conditional type 2, you always use were for all persons. That's it, all persons. Aquí en el conditional tipo, en el conditional tipo 2, olvídense de que he, de que I, he, she y it se conjugan con was. Aquí todo el mundo se conjuga con were. Repito,
Just because.
Just because. Solamente porque es inglés, y así es el inglés, y así lo decidieron ellos, right? Sí, chicos.
Cuando vayas a hacer hipotética es esto, ya where.
Exacto, sí, exacto, Cynthia. Just
Usted
like
le pregunta, usted solo aprende solo el corazón.
Conditional type 2, right? Conditional type 2. For hypothetical conditions or hypothetical sentences with if, in the if clause, you are going to use the verb be with all persons in where, right? Where, using where all the time. If I were, if you were, if he were, if she were, if it were, if we were, if you were, if they were, everything were, right? So there you got it, just like this. Clear?
Yes.
All right, let's move on then. So take a look at here. This is a different one. So conditional type 2 was clear, right? We use it to talk about a present unreal situation that might have a result in the future, right? A small result in the future might have a result in the future. And also we have this like grammar with the verb be, and also with could, might, and would, right? Now, conditional type 3. What do we use conditional type 3 for? We use the conditional, this is past conditional, right? The conditional type 2 is for present, for present and real conditions. And this is for past unreal conditions, right? Now, we use this for unreal, untrue, imagined, or impossible conditions and their unreal results. We use it, we use the past perfect in the if clause and could, might, or would plus have plus the past participle in the result clause, right? So for example, take a look at the man here. He's a little, he's kind of lost again. And he says, if I had looked at a map, I wouldn't have gotten lost. Take a look at the...
looked.
What? Yeah, had looked. If I had looked at a map, past perfect, right? I wouldn't have gotten lost. I wouldn't have gotten lost. ¿Podría alguien traducirme esto en español, por favor?
Si hubiera tenido un mapa, o si hubiera, perdón, si hubiera visto un mapa, no me hubiera
mirado el mapa.
Very good, Miss Cynthia. Si hubiera o hubiese tenido un mapa, and so hubiera mirado un mapa, no me hubiera o me hubiese perdido, right? No me hubiera o me hubiese perdido, right? So, miren a la construcción del condicional tipo 3. En la cláusula del if tenemos pasado perfecto, right? Y en la cláusula de el resultado tenemos past modals, right? Modales en pasado. So there you go. Wouldn't have gotten, el cual normalmente se hace la construcción con would, o could, o might, right? Más have, este have, independientemente de cuál sea la persona, nunca va a cambiar, no va a ser have o has, jamás va a ser has, siempre va a ser have, right? Más el participio pasado del verbo. Is that clear? Let's move on, then let's continue. So here it says, if I had been more careful, if he had been more careful, he might have noticed his wallet was missing. Translate it, please. You were doing it, but I couldn't hear you there.
Si él hubiera sido más cuidadoso, él podría haber notado que su
No, él se podría haber dado
cuenta.
Él
no es-
era acá,
Alright,
Era
por
notado.
eso, él pudo haber notado, podría haber notado, pudiera haberse dado cuenta. I mean, there are so many translations, right? But the idea is the same. The idea is that this action is not in the present. Did he realize, did he notice that the wallet was missing?
No.
No. Can he change this situation?
No.
No, because it's in the past, right? And that is conditional type 3. So conditional type 3 is a combination of past perfect plus would, could, might, and have plus the past participle form of the verb, right? So this is it. Take a look. Look at the chart and complete the conditionals with your own ideas. Now, take a look. This is a very good, chart here. So, real conditional and unreal conditionals. Real conditional type 0, type 1, type 2 for unreal, and type 3 for unreal. Present and past. So, take a look at this one. Which condition is this one? Complete the sentence. If I had enough money. Which conditional? All right, Cynthia, go.
I will buy a house.
I will buy a house. Good. What type of conditional is that one? What type?
Unreal.
Unreal. All right, but give me number.
2.
0, 1, 2, or 3?
2.
2.
3.
Good. 2.
2.
Take a look. Simple past and would. Very good, miss. How about here? If I have enough money, Complete it. If I have enough money,
I will travel to America. To America?
to the United States.
The United States.
Medio que había ahí.
All right, I will travel to Asia or to the United States. Good. If I had, take a look. If I had had a lot of money, this is conditional type what? I'm sorry, the second one. Conditional type what?
First.
One. Good. And this one, if I had had a lot of money.
3.
Milena, llama un poco eso.
I will travel to Asia.
I will travel.
I will travel. I will have.
I will have traveled to Asia.
All right. I would have traveled to Asia, right? If I had had a lot of money, I would have traveled to Asia, right? Ojo, no se confunden con esto, ¿ok? Had. Tenemos dos had, pero estos dos had significan cosas diferentes. Uno significa haber y otro significa tener. So, si hubiera tenido, o si hubiese tenido mucho dinero, habría viajado a Asia.
Asia.
Uno es el auxiliar y otro es el verbo.
Exactly, right? So don't get confused.
Siempre va a ser con have, o sea, will have,
I mean,
will
no.
have, ¿no?
Lo que siempre es con have es esta parte, la segunda parte de condicional tipo 3, esta de aquí. Este have no va a cambiar. Va a ir siempre acompañado por would, o por could, o por might. Pero después de estos tres siempre va a ir have.
Ajá.
Eso sí no cambia, right?
Okay.
Del resto, pues, es variable. Eso depende de lo que ustedes quieran decir. Aquí en estas oraciones, porque cogimos simplemente un solo ejemplo. All right, great.
Y entonces el cuarto dice que es todo, multivariado. ¿No?
¿Cuál, Miss?
Usted sabe que hay 0, 1, 2, 3, el 4 es...
Ok, tranquila, no te
Ay,
no te
No
sobrecargues.
hagas eso.
Quiero saber, quiero saber.
fácil.
O sea, solamente se diga sí,
Calmate,
no.
O sea, sí, sí.
Burro, aguanta el burro.
Está bien.
Relájate, por favor.
Relájate. En un momento hablamos de él, aunque
Bueno,
no quiero hablar.
en el micrófono.
Aunque no quiero hablar de él porque sería enredarles. O sea, esto ya es mucho, creo yo.
Saquemos
0,
a Jennifer.
1, 2 y
por
3.
favor.
Entonces, hablar del mixed es simplemente dañarles todo lo que han aprendido acá.
Vamos a quedarnos quietos, vamos a quedarnos
Ya,
quietos.
O sea, pero
quedémonos
es como es todo, ¿cierto? Es la unión de todo.
Algo así, es como,
Eso es lo que quería.
es simplemente un disparate.
Ah, cool.
All right.
Cool.
So let's continue. Let's continue. So take a look. Here we have more examples. So please complete them with your own ideas. There you go. If I visit Europe, complete it. If I visit Europe,
I buy
I will travel to Spain.
I will travel to Spain. Good. This is conditional type 1.
1.
Hey, wait, what happens? All right, I will travel to Spain. Good. 2. I might not have gotten sick. This is conditional type what?
3.
Okay, let's do something. You have another homework. These 5 different sentences, I want you to do them or complete them as homework. All right?
All right.
Complete them as homework. You are going to know, you're going to tell me or decide whether it's conditional type 0, 1, 2, or 3, depending on what you see, of course, and you're going to complete each of these conditions with the right grammar, of course. All right? So, this is it. Yes,
In
miss.
the end, can you repeat the homeworks?
Yes, don't worry, I will.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
So let's continue. These are the conditionals. Now, let's speak about wish. What is the meaning of the word wish, guys?
Desear. no.
Desear.
Deseo, desear, right? Como verbo, desear. Good. So wish, yeah, means desear. But it can also be used in a different way. Like, meaning in Spanish, like, ojalá, right? Like, ojalá, what we say in Spanish. Ojalá pase esto, ojalá lo otro. So this ojalá, we say it in English by using wish. So normally we have this structure. Take a look. We use wish plus could or would and the base form to express a wish about the future. Again, something similar to conditional type 2. Something that is not true, that is not real, that is actually imaginary in the present and might take some may take place in the future, right? So for example, take a look at the man here and the woman and the baby. The man, well, the baby is crying, so let's say what the man says. Take a look. I wish that baby would stop crying. ¿Quién podría traducirme esta oración?
Yo quisiera que ese bebé, perdón, dejara de llorar.
All right, nuevamente.
Deseo que ese bebé...
Lo acabo de decir, right? Lo acabo de decir. Wish, la traducción en español, es más como ojalá. So, ojalá que ese bebé dejara de llorar, right? I wish that baby would stop crying. Ojalá ese bebé dejara de llorar. Now, we use would and could because that is not the real one, right? This is what he wants, but he's not sure if the baby will change his behavior. So in this part, we use would, right? We use would or could plus the base form of the verb only when we think that the situation could change in the future. Only when we think that the situation could change in the future, right? Así nosotros no sepamos que el bebé vaya a dejar de llorar de pronto en el futuro o dentro de algunos minutos, pues cuando se cree que hay cierta posibilidad de que sí, la situación cambie, la situación actual llegue a cambiar, en ese caso usamos could plus would. Sería el primer uso de wish, right? El segundo uso de wish sería la forma normal, que es usar wish más el pasado simple. So, we use wish plus the simple past to express wish about the present. This wish is about the future, and this wish is about the present. So take a look. I wish I could an earlier flight. Who can translate this to me, please? Translate it into Spanish. ¿Quién podría traducir esa oración? I wish I could an earlier plan. No one? Try to translate it, guys. I wish I caught an earlier plan. ¿Recuerdan cómo traducían las oraciones en el condicional tipo 2? Que si yo hiciera esto, si yo tuviera esto, haría esto, right? Esto es igual.
Espero...
Ojalá.
Ajá. Ojalá...
Hubiera tomado...
No.
Ojalá.
Ojalá atrapara como un vuelo temprano, o sea, llegara ahí temprano, algo así.
Exacto, eso es más como ojalá hubiera cogido un vuelo más temprano. Right?
Esa es la palabra.
Ojalá hubiera cogido un vuelo más temprano. Ojalá, digamos que, ojalá terminemos rápido. ¿Cómo diríamos eso? Ojalá terminemos rápido.
I wish we finish.
I wish we finish quickly. No.
All right, eso que dijeron está bien, pero ojo, ¿qué pasa con el verbo finish?
In past.
In past. So, I wish we finished early. I wish we finished early, right? It's just a different way of saying the same. Take a look at the man. I wish I had more leg room. ¿Cómo sería? ¿Cómo se traduce? ¿Cómo se traduciría esto?
Ojalá tuviera.
Ujú.
What?
Leg room, espacio para las piernas.
Ojalá tuviera
right?
más espacio para las piernas.
Exacto, ojalá tuviera más espacio para las piernas, right?
Room también es espacio.
¿Ah?
Room.
Yeah, room, espacio. Espacio para las piernas.
Espacio, pero no space, ¿oíste?
Yo como cuarto pierna. Digo,
Yeah. All right, take a look. And the third use of which is similar to the conditional type 3. Este uso es similar al conditional tipo 2, right? Y este porque usamos el pasado simple para expresar algo en presente. Y este es condicional tipo, wish 3, el tercer uso de wish, parecido al condicional tipo 3, cuando usamos pasado perfecto, all right? So take a look. We wish plus past perfect to express an idea about the past. So take a look. Take a look at the man. He seems to be sick. I wish I hadn't eaten that earthen food. ¿Qué quiere decir eso?
Ojalá no hubiera comido la comida del avión.
Del avión, very good. I wish I hadn't eaten that airplane food. Ojalá no hubiera comido la comida del avión, right? Very good, right? So this is just a different way. Actually, it's a more direct way of expressing an unreal situation. Because, you know, the unreal situation are the conditionals, as I told you before, right? Conditional type 2 and conditional type 3. But they need, like, I mean, they are, like, not very direct because you need more words. But this is just, like, a more direct way of using the same idea. Because if I can change this using the conditional type 3. Let me see. I can say, yes. If I, go ahead, miss. I continue.
Had eaten.
If I hadn't, what is this? Hang on. All right. If I hadn't eaten
that airplane food.
All right, that airplane food. What? Take a look at his take a look at his face.
No estuviera enfermo.
I
would have.
I would.
Haven't.
I wouldn't.
I would haven't.
No, I wouldn't have. El have no se niega. Lo que se niega es el auxiliar. All right.
Okay.
Aquí el would. Where could or might. I wouldn't have gotten
sick.
Y esta sería, si se dan cuenta, necesita de más, de más, ¿cómo es? De más palabras para poder usar esta misma oración con el condicional tipo 3. Pero esto mismo que está aquí es el mismo significado que está acá, solamente que la segunda parte está implícita, lo podemos ver en su cara. El señor está enfermo, right? So, I wish I hadn't eaten that airplane food, or if I hadn't eaten that airplane food, I wouldn't have gotten sick, right? The same thing, same idea. Lo mismo, sorry, pasa.
Mismo para expresar.
Exacto, lo mismo pasaría en esta oración de aquí. O borremos aquí, hagámoslo ahora con el condicional tipo 2. So, let me check it out over here. Let me go to the test here. This one right here, how would it be? If I what?
Had more money.
Why? Take a look here.
Yes, well, o sea, si está en un bus, no estuviera, si tuviera plata, no estuviera en un bus, sino que estuviera en un carro más cómodo.
Yes, but take a look at the situation, miss.
If
I mean,
have
what you're saying,
more leg room.
What you're saying is right, miss, but you are just changing the situation, all right? But take a look, continue, keep the same situation, because I want to show you that this same situation can be expressed in a different way, which is actually conditional type 2. So, if I had more leg room, Miss Cynthia.
More leg room.
Yeah,
I would be more comfortable.
Yeah, that's I mean, you cannot see that, right? Because it's not here. I mean, you cannot see here because, I mean, it's not written, but you can see it in his face. So if I had more leg room, I would feel, or I would be more comfortable, right? And this is the same idea than this one down here, but only with more words. So, is this clear?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on then. We already spoke about this. And this is something I want you to take into account, right? I want you to take care of. Don't confuse the word hope with wish. Normally, hope, we use it for the present. And wish, we use it, it's like we use hope for real conditions and we use wish for unreal situations. You understand that?
Yeah.
All right, so take a look. I hope I get to the plan on time. It's like if I hurry up, I will get to the plan on time. Right? It's like for real situations. And here we use wish. I mean, this is for real situations, as it says here, right? And here we use wish to speak about what? Unreal situations, right? Like conditional type 2. This is what I'm trying to say. So one is for real situations and the other one is for unreal situations. So take a look. The other one is if only. ¿Qué significaría if only?
Si solo.
Si solo o si tan solo, right? Esta es como una manera más fuerte de expresar un arrepentimiento, something like this, right? So take a look. If only they could see me. How could you translate this?
Si solo pudieran verme.
Si tan solo pudieran verme, all right? This is for the present. And how about for the past? If only they wouldn't leave me here for the rest of my life. All right, this is also present, right?
That's me.
And this is also present, but with a resolution in the future. All right, so this is it, guys. Do you have any questions?
Yes.
Tell me, miss.
No, para recordar, a ver si escuché bien. Wish es ojalá para hypothetical y hope también es ojalá, pero es para el real, ¿no?
Yeah.
Y entonces only puede usarlo para los dos.
I mean, present. Bueno, estos son, take a look, estos son situaciones hipotéticas ambas. Cuando usamos if only es situaciones hipotéticas, right? Este es como condicional tipo 2. Si se dan cuenta, tenemos aquí pasado simple. Aquí tenemos también pasado con, usamos aquí el would, right? ¿Qué pasa aquí? Esto es una acción que tenemos en presente, pero que también tiene, así como en el condicional tipo 2, tiene, podría, no es que tenga, sino que podría tener alguna clase de resultado en el futuro. So, si yo digo aquí, si tan solo pudieran verme, ¿hay alguna posibilidad de que lo vean? Sí.
No, mentira, sí.
Pero muy pequeña, right? Pero muy pequeña. Así que esto es una situación imaginaria. Aquí cuando digo, si tan solo no me hubieran dejado aquí por el resto de mi vida. Hay una posibilidad, él está hablando del futuro, ¿cierto? Eso quiere decir no solamente en este momento, sino también que va a pasar mucho más tiempo ahí en el futuro. Pero, nuevamente pregunto, ¿hay una posibilidad de que sea rescatado? Sí, pero ojo.
Sí, pero mínima.
Muy pequeña.
Right? Mínima nuevamente. Entonces, esto es parecido al condicional tipo 2. Solamente que estamos usando otra manera, usando solamente if only, como para dar esa impresión de si tan solo, right? So, anyways, I'm going to send you this slides presentation so you can work on that, right? I wish I could take the bus. If only I make my flight. All right? So, this is it, guys. But now that we have done or gone through all of that, I want to make a review, un pequeño review on conditionals. Now, hang on, what did I do? Hang on, let me go to Zoom. Share screen. So I did this to you. So take a look, conditionals. And this is actually the way I teach conditionals in in a board, right? In a whiteboard. Like if we were in the school, if we were in the university, this is the way I would have taught you this this topic. So conditionals. Let's review it. So guys, how many types of conditionals are there?
5.
5 conditionals, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, what are those types of conditionals? We have conditional type 0, conditional type 1, conditional type 2,
3, and
conditional type 3, and conditional
4.
mixed. Este no se llama tipo.
Mixed.
This is mixed.
My favorite.
I am not going to explain this one. That's why it is in black. Why not? Because in general, this is just a combination between 0 and 1, 1 and 2, 3 and 2, 1 and 3, so on and so forth, right? They are combinations. Mixed, como su palabra lo dice, mezclados, right? Es decir, que pueden mezclar todos los condicionales. But, eso se usa para ciertas situaciones. Pero no lo voy a explicar ahora porque sería muy complicado, ya que hemos hablado de muchas cosas, especialmente de los condicionales y de todos esos tipos. So, as I said to you before, we can divide the conditionals in 2, right? Like in the half, we can divide the conditionals in the half. We have these 2 conditionals, 0 and 1, and these 2 conditionals, 2 and 3. Don't count this one, please. Now, this part, we are going to call it the reality part, and for the conditional type 2 and 1, and this part, we're going to call it the hypothetical part, or as I called it, the imagination part. This is not real. So reality and imagination. So we use conditional type 0 and 1 to speak about reality, and conditional type type 2 and 3 to speak about imagination, imaginary situations. All right? I think it's clear because we have already spoken about this. Now let's review conditional type 0. Now, what do we use conditional type 0 for, guys?
General situations.
General truths, right? So we use them to talk about general truths or facts. Or, as I told you the first day or last Saturday, to speak about an unchangeable reality, right? Now, here you have the example. This was the example I gave you last time. If I hit ice, it melts, right? So this is the example. Si caliento hielo, ¿qué pasa? Se derrite. This is the example. So, what do we use here? We have here, what is this? The if clause, right? This is the if clause or the condition. And what is the second part? Guys.
It melts.
All right. If this part, the result clause means.
Okay, result clause.
All right, the result clause or the consequence, right? As I told you last time. All right, good. And now, what is the structure of conditional type 0? Here, we use the combination of 2 tenses, right? This is what?
Present simple.
Present simple and present simple.
Present simple.
Yes.
So, and something important here. Take a look at what appeared. The comma. When we start the sentence with the if clause or the condition, we always use the comma, right? If we change the position, what happens? We use no comma, all right? And this is the structure. So if plus present simple plus present simple, and that is conditional type 0. Clear?
Yeah.
All right. Now let's go to conditional type 1. So conditional type 1. What do we use conditional type 1 for?
General condition.
to speak about?
Changing. I don't remember.
If this is, take a look. If this is unchangeable reality, this is?
Changeable reality.
What do you say, Cynthia?
No.
Changeable reality. All right, changeable reality. Okay, so here we have an example. If I don't study for the test, I will fail. But can I change this reality? Yes, because if I say, for example, if I study for the test, what happens? Hey, I won't fail. Depending on my decision, this reality can be changed. This reality is more flexible. Here, no, you cannot change it in conditional type 0. It's inflexible. And here, you can change it. It's flexible, right? Because it depends on your decision. Now, here we have the if clause, right? Or the condition. And here we have the result clause or the consequence. Now, one more time, as we are starting the if clause as we are starting the sentence with the if clause, what happens here? We need to use a comma. And which is the structure of conditional type 2? Guys.
Present simple. And will, call, might, may, can, whatever.
All right, so we have if plus present simple plus will, could, might, may. Very good, miss. Now, these are the conditionals of reality. Now, let's speak about the conditionals for imagination. So, conditional type 2. Now, what do we use conditional type 2 for, guys? I just explained it. Let's see if you remember. What do we use conditional type 2 for?
What?
What do we use conditional type 2 for?
Hypothetical.
All right. We use it to speak about hypothetical situations in the present. But within the present, with a kind of result or a kind of a small result in the future, right? As I explained to you before. Take a look. Hypothetical situations in the present future with a small changes of happening in the future, right? There is always a small possibility for it to happen. Clear, right? Now, let me give you an example. If I found that 50,000 pieces bill on the street, I would buy pizza for my dear students.
Find it.
Now, let me ask you, ¿qué posibilidades hay de que yo me encuentre 50,000 pesos, un billete de 50,000 en la calle? ¿Se puede encontrar, sí o no?
Yes.
Okay, sí se puede.
Pero es mínimo.
Pero muy pequeña la posibilidad de que eso suceda.
Exacto.
Estar en el momento
Siempre hay alguien que lo
indicado,
diga,
en el lugar equivocado, que equivocado en el lugar.
Por eso, exacto.
En tu vida. Yo no me encontré 100,000.
¡Carajo!
Me encontré 150 en la universidad.
¡Ajo!
Era mío.
Tienes esa suerte.
Fuera de la biblioteca, eso estaba lleno y eran para mí.
All right, let's continue.
Y un día me encontré 2,000 y un niñito que
mundo
estaba
hablando
por
de lo
ahí
que se
me los
compró.
pidió.
All right, stop about it, right? Let's stop about it. Now let's continue. Now take a look. Esto es, bueno, hay una pequeña posibilidad de que suceda, así como también hay una pequeña posibilidad de que yo les compre pizza a ustedes, porque no voy a tener 50,000 pesos, right? So, mira el ejemplo. Si me encontrara, estoy hablando en presente, ¿cierto? Si me encontrara un billete de 50,000 en la calle, comprara pizzas para mis estudiantes, right? Pero ojo, esto es imaginación. Puede que pase,
Compraría,
sí, ¿por qué no? Compraría, yes.
Sí.
Ya. Puede que haya una pequeña posibilidad de que eso suceda, sí. Pero
Pero si se lo encuentra, no lo va a comprar.
Pero si me lo
Pero no
encuentro,
es
no
necesario que se
compro
lo
pizza para
encuentre, profe.
ustedes.
No es necesario.
Bueno, la intención. ¿Está claro el ejemplo?
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
great. Now,
Lo que está claro es
here,
el filo que hace ahora, profe.
now
Claro que uno no
here,
va a comprar la pizza.
no, I won't. Now here, take a look. In the red one, right, we have the if clause, right? Or the condition. And then we have the result clause or the consequence. But what is the structure of conditional type 2?
Past and would, could, and might. May.
All right,
Might.
So it is if, right, plus past simple, plus would, plus could, or might. Why not? I forgot to write. Actually, I didn't have much space here, so I didn't write might. So I forgot it, right? A might. Why not? You can also use might. I'm going to write it for you before sending it to you, right? So this was clear. And what about conditional type 3? What do we use conditional type 3 for?
Hypothetical situation in the past.
All right, hypothetical situations in the past. Or, in other words, to speak about regrets. This is the word I didn't tell you before. Regrets. ¿Qué es un regret, chicos? ¿Qué es un regret? What is a regret?
I don't know.
Un lamento o arrepentimiento. En otras palabras, usamos el condicional tipo 3 para hablar acerca de aquellas cosas que pasaron y ya no pueden ser, que pasaron, ojo, pero que ya no pueden ser cambiados. Ya pasó así, tú desearías que fuera diferente, pero ya no puede ser diferente porque ya pasó, right? Es decir, un lamento o un arrepentimiento. So, let me give you an example. This is the example. If I had studied harder, I would have passed the semester. Si hubiera estudiado más, yo habría pasado el semestre. Now, let me ask you, did I pass the semester or not?
No.
Nope.
No.
I didn't pass the semester, right? Now, si yo digo esto, ¿me estoy arrepintiendo de lo que sucedió?
Sí.
Yes, I am regretting about this situation right here. So, here in the clause, take a look, in the if clause we have the if clause and the condition, and we have here the result clause or the consequence. And what is the structure? In the if clause we have, what is this?
Past
perfect.
perfect.
Great, past perfect, and I mean we have if plus perfect plus would or could
Would,
have
With
plus the past participle form of the verb, right? This is something that is always going to be like this, right? If plus past perfect plus would or could have plus the past participle form of the verb. Or in other words, these are past models. So guys,
might, no.
no, you cannot use might
O
here.
también,
You cannot use might here. All right? You only use would and could. Yeah, only those. Now guys, is there any question here? Is this clear? 100% clear?
Yes.
yes.
All right.
question. Y entonces, hope y wish entrarían, o sea, la mitad para acá y por lo menos. Hope y
All right.
wish de este lado y hope de otro.
I could say that hope is in this place and wish comes in this place. Because
Imagination.
I use hope for speaking about real situations, things that will happen, so conditional type 1. And I use wish to speak about hypothetical situations, like this or like this, right? As I already explained. Yes, miss. So it was clear, right?
Yes.
Yes, very
Yes.
Great. I'm
Me
very...
mató.
¿Cómo?
Ah,
Okay. So I'm
que la
happy.
tabla está muy buena.
Sí, me tardé muchísimo haciéndola para ustedes porque sabía que de pronto al final, de pronto iba a haber alguno que otro equivocación y creo que sería de pronto mejor verlos todos al mismo tiempo para ver cómo se usa cada uno. So, this is it. Igual se la voy a enviar para que ustedes también revisen la diapositiva, right? Now, let me see
Esto
right
de
away.
Wish, Hope y Only aún no están en el libro, ¿cierto?
No, ellos no están en el
Disculpa, no
libro.
lo encuentro.
Ellos no están en el
A la
libro.
plataforma tampoco.
No, pero yo se los coloqué porque es importante. De hecho, van unidos con ellos, right? Y si yo se los digo después bueno, creo que debía habérselos. Bueno, normalmente a mí me gusta de pronto hablar cosas que tengan que ver con el tema, como para hacerlo un poquito más completo y no de pronto dividírselos tanto porque de pronto eso hace que, no sé, al final se confundan un poquito más. Entonces, si son cosas iguales que se utilizan para lo mismo, pues estaría perfecto que ya supieran usarlo y que lo pongan en uso. Así no se vaya a calificar.
Thank you.
All right.
Quizás salga en el otro semestre.
Posiblemente sí. En quinto sí. Yo recuerdo que en quinto se sale. All right. So let me do something right away. So this was your homework. So let's.
What page?
This is 153.
Por Dios, María José.
Let's check it out. Let's begin first with the ing and ed adjectives. So let's continue. Let's start, right? So it says complete these definitions right here with the correct form of the adjective in the box. Now let's see. We have here number 1. You want to know more about it, and you give it to your attention, and you give it your attention. I was
Interested
in what he had to say. Good. Interested. 2. Being happy, interested, and hopeful because something good has happened or is going to happen. Kids are getting really excited about the trip. 3. Very surprising. It's
astonishing.
It's astonishing that you didn't know about this. Good. 4. Making you feel that you want to sleep or rest. It was a long,
Tiring trip.
tiring trip. Good. Extremely. Oh wait, hang on. Here, where do you say astonishing, very surprising, right?
3.
Yeah.
I think here is like fascinated. It is fascinated that you didn't know about this. But let's see here, number 5. Extremely interesting.
Istanbul is a fascinating city.
Fascinating.
All right.
Fascinating city. Yes.
Istanbul is a fascinating city. Even though I say that is astonishing. But let's see who is right, because both can be used. 6. Unhappy because something you hoped for didn't happen. I was
Disappointed.
disappointed. Good. To making you feel sad. It's a very depressing book. I didn't like it at all. Extremely unpleasant and making you feel sick. What's that smell? It's
Disgusting.
feeling annoyed, absent, or impatient because you cannot control, change your situation. He gets
Frustrated.
when people don't understand what he's saying. Very frightened. I'm absolutely
Terrified.
Terrified.
threatened. All right. Threatened of spiders. Let me see. Threatened. You say threatened. Terrified by. All right. Terrified by spiders. So let's see the answers. Let's see the answers, guys. Let's see the answers. Hang on. Where's the answer slot here? Here's the answer button. So let's see, because we have a doubt. Oh, you were right. Astonishing and fascinating. You won. All right.
Obviously.
Very good. That was great. Great. All right. Now let's go on the second part. Phrasal verbs. Match the phrasal verb in sentence 1 to 10 with the meaning AG with verb of. All right. Number 1. I called on the phone. I mean, I call him on the phone, but he got off.
B.
B.
B. The phone suddenly stopped working. Okay, good.
Yeah.
They had to call off the football game because of the weather.
F.
F.
Decide that, which one?
F.
F.
Decide that a planned event won't happen. All right, good. I have to do this work. I can't put it off any longer.
A.
A.
Delay something, delay doing something. All right. Here, 4. I like to check out some other options.
D. D.
Get more information about something. Good. He's wearing a pink jacket, so he'll stand out from the crowd.
G.
D.
D.
Easy to see or notice. Good. I can work out what to do about the problem.
J.
J.
Decide or plan something to solve a problem. Good. After 7. All right. My neighbor is looking after my cat when we go away.
H.
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 Take care of doing it. Good. 8. He takes after his father. They are both very good looking.
C.
C.
Look or behave like another member of a family. Good. 9. Can you print out and then fill in the form and send it back to me?
I.
Write the necessary information in an official. Este phrasal verb es igual, significa lo mismo que fill out. To fill out an application. 10. Saskia, please let me in.
E.
E.
All right. Allow someone to come in. Hey, that was great. Excellent. All right. Here, label picture AF with sentence 1 to A. All right. Which one is letter A?
10.
10.
10.
Which is, all right. I want you to tell me the sentence. All right. You say the number and the sentence.
Oh.
So this is 10. Good. Let me in. How about B?
B. 1.
I no sé.
Try.
B.
9.
Which one?
9.
9.
Give me the number and the sentence.
Can you print out and then fill in the form and send it back to me?
All right. Can you print out? Yes, why not? It works. Yeah. Print out means not print. Print. C.
3. I have to do this work. I
Can put it off.
Great. D. Very good. Bit D.
5.
5.
He's wearing a
He's
pink,
wearing a pink jacket.
so he stand out.
You stand out from the crowd. All right, good. This one. E.
6.
6.
I can work
6.
out what to do about the problem.
Good. And F.
1.
1. I called him on the phone, but we got cut off.
All right, but we got cut off, right? Good. So guys, very well. You did a great job. Great job with the phrasal verbs. Do you love phrasal verbs now?